Not all heroes wear capes. Some host podcasts. Welcome to Words with Nerds, issue number 72. What's going on, boys? How we feeling?
Can't complain. Feeling pretty good. How about yourself, V?
I'm doing great.
Feeling. Oh, we're two V's
Uh,
here. I
not,
forgot.
not, not you. Okay.
Victor,
Fair enough.
Italian.
Victor,
Italian V.
Victor, tell the world. How you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic.
Feeling fantastic, and I think I know why. It's because today we're talking about the most anticipated Marvel movie of the summer, of the year, quite possibly. We're talking about Fantastic Four, baby. We're going to talk about, we're going to review it, mostly spoiler free, probably not so spoiler free, depends on how we're feeling. That's your one and
Shit's
only
definitely
warning.
spoiler free. Definitely not spoiler free.
Definitely not spoiler free. All right, you heard it from here from DJ.
I'm doing Easter eggs. Like, there's no way I can't
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to
spoiler
spoil
free
when he's
without
throwing
that.
Easter eggs. Okay.
Yeah.
Easter eggs, and then we're gonna go over what's next. So if you guys saw our Superman review from 2 weeks ago, same format, same three segments. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Let us know what you think. Tell your friends. Go watch Superman too. It's a great movie.
Super good.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got my iced tea. The boys got their drinks. DJ has is it a Coke Zero?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. And Victor has a fancy IPA.
Lima. It tasted better the first one I had, but I was also 4 shots in.
Lima, the official sponsor for today's episode.
Not. We are not trying
Weird.
to get sued.
Weird marketing they got. Oh my god.
Lima. Tastes better after 2 shots.
Lima. Sounds exactly like that one place from Glee.
Lima.
No, move on.
Once you have it, you'll say another four-lettered phrase. Anyways, Fantastic Four. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's jump into this. So first up, we're going to now showing our review. Victor?
Hey guys, I was probably going to keep this pretty short and sweet. Fantastic Four is a good movie, just a bad adaptation. I think overall that movie is has a solid, great cast, solid production, some of the most amazing like sets and costume designs, even visual effect designs. Overall, it is a solid, okay movie, in my opinion. I wanted to keep my part short and sweet, so you guys can interject with any opinions you might have of it. But for me, it was just an okay movie. Maybe having too high of expectations for the movie, and or the promotion for the movie kind of had this like really high ceiling going into it. I went into it really much expecting like, oh crap, this is going to be like the next step for Marvel, and I watched it, and it wasn't a disappointment. It just wasn't that great. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Weird.
Mhm.
It's like an okay date. That's what it was.
It's an okay date.
It just like, hey, nice. It didn't work out, but thanks. It was great. Thank you.
Victor, do me a favor. Move your mic by your mouth.
Hello?
That's so much
Can-
better.
Can you hear me? It was an okay date.
No, we heard you. It's just it sounds a lot better. There we go. Just needed that little quick on the fly adjustment. Doing it live, boys. Doing it live.
That's my boy.
I
Yeah,
kind of
what you-
regret taking away the quotes from our Instagram. Now we were doing quotes from different episodes, and that would have been a good one. Maybe I'll throw it in there.
As you should.
It's an okay date, guys.
It was an
that
okay
would be
date,
great.
guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll say my short and quick piece on this one too. It was decent. It left uh, it left a little to be desired. It it was the best Fantastic Four I've seen in my years.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
it's not a high bar.
It really isn't. You know, we've had what one. I didn't see the original, like the old one, but I saw the Jessica Alba one, and then the Miles Teller, whatever the guy's name is from the
You got
drone
it.
movie. Miles
Yeah,
Teller,
You're right.
yeah.
Myself, yeah.
fucking nailed it. Um, yeah, so I mean the bar not really highly set to begin with, but like this one got over it. It was a decent movie. I'm not going to say it was a bad movie, but some I don't know. I feel like Marvel's playing it really safe lately. I feel like they're afraid to push the bar and to make things interesting. They're making weird decisions as far as like um, I guess I'll get into it later when we talk about like what's coming up and with the Doom. We know what's going on with Doom, so it's not like a huge spoiler, but
Yeah.
that's a choice. The whole issue of the world needing to be teleported was weird for me. See, I know it's a comic book movie, it's a Marvel movie, but that is so unrealistic, and it's not anywhere near a grounded solution for the quote unquote world's smartest man to figure out. Um, it just kind of, I don't know, left a weird taste in my mouth. And then the whole like the aspect of time in this movie was very strange too. You guys second that or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just shoved a lot in. It felt like it was a lot of stuff shoved in that, for me as a moviegoer, I came at it two ways because that's how I always come at movies. As a moviegoer, I came at it like, is it keeping my attention? And it is.
Hmm.
It was nice and bright, but there was a lot going on. It was like they had parts from the movie Interstellar in there, really, like the time dilation shit. I'm like, all right, cool. That take a page out of Nolan. I got you. And then they had a lot of deep cuts for the comic book person of me. And for me, it kept me entertained, but also just like it was weird seeing deep cuts for things that aren't gonna pay off at any point. Like we're never gonna see the Puppet Master Diablo. We saw Mole Man, which was a real hit out of left field. That's kind of it. I don't know. It was weird to me. What about you, DJ?
Well, I liked it. It was a good movie. I don't think it was an okay movie, and I don't think it was a great movie, and I don't think it was a bad movie. I think it was a good movie. But I also think how you perceive this movie is how you are as a Marvel fan, whether it's movies or comics. So there's a difference in, like, say, Victor going to go see this movie because you love the King. You know what I mean? Like, you love Kirby. You love Stan. You love
Oh
that
yeah,
whole
that's,
universe. You know what I mean? But like, so there's bigger stakes for you to see this made in a way that gives life to these characters that we've grown up with, right? And like you said, Mole Man, Red Ghost, and Super Apes, like
mhm.
Mad Thinker, like there were so many people in that montage that like that could have very well been. And I'm not saying they had to have gone issue number one with the whole thing, you know what I mean, and like have Giganto and shit like that. But like, it's also kind of like I kind of didn't want it to just be like 4 years and then like a quick little montage of 4 years and then finally we're here and we're already moving on to Franklin Richards. There's a part of me that kind of wanted more of like those first steps because these technically aren't first steps for them. I'm pretty sure that first steps is referring to Franklin in a
Mhm.
case because
Yeah.
it's like they're already a pre-established superhero family. You know what I mean? They've essentially conquered um, world peace with the Future Foundation. It's just like the just from a quick view, this this all could have been a movie. Like this could have been a movie. We didn't need Doctor Doom at first for a first movie. And we didn't also need the stakes to be this high if we're just going to get rid of this universe. And let's be real, this universe is not going to survive.
Mhm.
It's not an actually. We'll get into it later, but my main point is just that like I feel like the movie deserved more. I think the casting. I think I enjoyed everybody except for Pedro. Just
Mhm.
because he is not Mr. Fantastic to me. There's other guys that could have played Mr. Fantastic for me, and he does. Don't get me wrong, he does a great Reed Richards. I think when it comes to their personalities and their job roles, like their responsibilities, I feel like the movie really like pans into it and kind of really, especially with Johnny figuring out like the dialect, you know what I mean? Like listening to Deep Space Probes and shit like that, and we get to see Ben actually pilot it, and we get to see Reed, obviously being the smartest man in the world, and Sue, um, with the UN, and we kind of just speaking as a peacekeeper, and it's you really feel that family dynamic. So I feel like as far as getting the Fantastic Four right, they nailed it. But like their personalities and who they are outside of those superhero personas, because we didn't really get that with the other Fantastic Four iterations. I think we didn't have a structured balance between superhero and who they were before that.
Mhm.
And it's like they were this one day and then boom, they were celebrities. And also, oh, they're scientists. No, this movie did it pretty well. There was a perfect balance of it. I love Herbie. I love the futuristic like '60s feel that we got. But I also feel like that was Marvel's like kind of easy way out of using that aesthetic without having any race problems. And that's just
Yeah.
me. Maybe other people feel differently, but I feel like that was their biggest fucking excuse to just be like, let's take one of the dopest aesthetics of the last 50 years, one of the dopest aesthetics, and let's just make everybody fine and peaceful. And that really bothered me in some parts because I was just like, God, I mean, what is it if not, you know what I mean? Like their struggle, like the thing was based off of Curbs himself. You know what I mean? Like it's just at least it's just part of the struggle or part of the story is the struggle. You know what I mean? And like there wasn't really a lot of beginning struggle that we got to see, and maybe that was on purpose. But I feel like if you're gonna introduce the Fantastic Four for the third time in the course of 20 years to the big screen, maybe give us a more comprehensive whole story for the background at least. Like you could have taken the whole. I don't know. That's just me. I'll keep. That's a
No,
good
it's
movie, not
it's a
great.
fair assessment, I would say. I think um, it's definitely a fair assessment. I think it hits harder after seeing Superman and how well they cover a backstory so quickly, but also like doing it justice and covering all the bases. Like you did it in a minute, and we know exactly what happens. We know
Mm.
everything that happened along the way. We're not feeling like we missed out on anything. And here we are, boom, right smack dab in the middle of the story as it is. With this, like, yeah, there's some key things in Fantastic Four that happen in. It's not even their origin. Like we didn't have to have an origin story, but there's some key things that go on in the development of the Fantastic Four after they get their powers, where like wasn't touched on, wasn't discussed. It was assumed. Maybe we'll get it later in future stuff. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's this whole movie seems so corporate.
Joseph Quinn, Vanessa Kirby, Pedro Pascal,
I'm so sick of Pedro,
and
bro.
and Ivan. Um, Ivan, love Joseph
Yeah.
Quinn. I love. They're two amazing actors. Vanessa Kirby. If you've ever watched The Crown, the woman can act her ass off. I'm not saying Pedro can't, but god damn, dude, like we could have found somebody else. Like, we
It's
do not need to see Pedro on every single
no, we really
MLB
don't.
role.
What they're
I
doing,
love that he's doing
Legally in
it. Don't get me
Hollywood,
wrong.
they have to cast him. If it's a child,
No, but I
he has to
love
protect a child. That's
yeah.
legally his casting type.
Well, it's for the birds for me, dude. Like I'm kind of getting tired, and we're gonna see him again next year in Mandalorian and Grogu. That's just
Mhm.
one project I know about. So it's like, fuck, dude. Like, I get it, and I'm very happy as a Latino man, but like, that shit is like, come on, like, give somebody else a fucking chance. And also, he's in his 40s, almost 50s, I think, right? So like,
Mhm.
at this
He's in
point,
his, I think he's in his 50s. Yeah.
he's already in his 50s, right? So I don't want to call anybody fucking old or whatever, but Doctor Doom and Mr. Fantastic are more than likely in their late 20s, early 30s when we see them in the Fantastic comics. So why are we getting these dudes in like late 40s,
It's a money
early
grab, dude.
40s? As
That's
you
all
know
it
what
is.
I
It's a money
mean? So
grab.
it's like,
They're
god
taking
damn, dude.
the hottest star in the game right now and plugging them in, and they don't need to. Like, this is Marvel. They're number one in the box office every time they come out with a movie. They are probably the most well-known movie franchise on planet Earth, with the Fantastic Four. Which, if you're going to a Marvel movie, it's not like this is the Mole Man story, or like uh, Suicide Squad, even like a lesser
Right.
known tier. Like, this is one of the biggest groups of heroes from Marvel. Like, you don't need to plug in a super relevant main tier actor. It's just another, here's Pedro because everybody loves Pedro right now. One more movie, people will go to see it. We would have seen it with or without him. So, should we move on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Because it feels like we're kind of shitting on the movie, and like I don't want to. It's a really good movie, but
I
I did
told
have
you,
gripes about it, and
like
I have
I
gripes
told you,
overall with Marvel, but we'll get into that another
Right,
time.
right, right.
So yeah,
I
yeah,
told you, it was a good movie. It was like a good movie, but it was a terrible adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you
fair
said,
enough.
the only reason they were able to carry that movie the way that they did was honestly because the acting quality. Like, if you break it down, like, the actors did a great job with it. The role, even Galactus did a great job. The actor who plays him, he was in Vitch. Um, but if you had other people in that movie in that place, I feel like that would have tanked because they wouldn't be as You need a certain acting pedigree to make this silliness work, but especially the way that they were steering it to be this silly. Fuck, the only one that was silly and kept it was the actor who played Mole Man, fucking Stingray from Cobra Kai.
Hmm.
Um, and even him, he kind of ate up the scenes a little bit, which I was impressed about. Like, some scenes, I was like, oh, he's like the best actor in that room right now.
Well, man.
Yeah, when he was
Yeah,
talking
he
to
did it.
Superstore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in like that golden. Let's move on. But he was in a really good movie. Richard
It's
Jewell, I
actually
believe.
it's actually perfect because our next segment is going to be Easter eggs, and I know there's a ton with Mole Man and Easter eggs. Sorry, I don't mean to keep harping on it. As your correspondent producer for the show, Victor, you're killing me. Can you please just move your mic in front of your face, bro?
Hello.
That's so much better.
Hello?
Oh my god, I love that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, and I'm sure
Okay,
everybody
great.
watching, all the 5 people watching, love it too.
Yeah,
There you go.
Sorry,
Let,
nitpicky. Just
Speaking
trying
of
to give you
behind the
guys,
scenes,
yeah, just trying to give people what they want. Give everybody the top notch quality that Words with Nerds uh, dreams for.
speaking,
Anyways,
yeah.
dreams, not dreams. Okay,
we were talking
anyways.
about Mole Man. There's a lot of Easter eggs probably with Mole Man, but we're going to dive into our second segment here and talk about some Easter eggs and some things that you guys might have missed at the theater.
I'm John Malkovich.
I'm
EJ, can
John
you please say what you said?
Malkovich.
Can you say what you
Oh
said
yeah,
about
just oh yeah, just I loved how he just set it up as where he's
parallels?
just parallels looking into the future. Like, look at Victor.
Can you do the
Yeah,
same
Victor
pose?
got stressed.
It's like, look at me. I'm John Malkovich.
I got my Pedro Pascal going on today.
I was gonna
Oh
say,
man,
yeah.
that customer made me fucking laugh. Or sorry, we work together. Something happened. I gave you a compliment.
The bald one?
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is
Oh
wrong
my
with this
god.
guy?
I like how you instantly
Real quick.
knew what he was talking about.
Real quick. Side note.
Okay,
Some
first of all,
gentleman today, some bald gentleman today told me that he likes bald, my baldness, right? So I'm like, okay, bro, thanks. Like, I guess. Great. He goes, did you just do that today? I'm like, yeah, bro. I woke up with a full head of hair, and today was the day.
You're like, fuck it.
Anyways,
Just awkward
speaking of
transition.
eggs, let's talk about
Speaking
some
of
Easter eggs.
eggheads,
DJ.
I don't have an egghead.
No, bro, this is your segment.
Oh, fuck, damn it. I was like, this is a nice sized head, I think. I don't know.
Oh my god.
So yeah, Easter eggs. I don't want to give too many away, folks, but I did write like a lot of notes.
Got
Oh,
the
dude,
notebook.
top six.
Don't worry, I won't say all of them, but like my top ones are. I'll just start off from post credits. Uh, Spoilers, by the way. In the post credits, it's been another 4+ years. So, Fantastic Four team has been active for 8 years. Okay, we have we have no idea if they're still in the same Earth, 828. We have no idea what's going on. My speculation is this is a scene, and I think it's both the Thunderbolts and this movie. It's a scene from Doomsday. I feel like they're just scenes from Doomsday because Marvel is famous for taking scenes from movies and using them as after credits or post credit scenes. Civil War, we had the post credit scene with Bucky and his arm being put into a fucking crusher, while what's his face, Captain America and the Falcon are having a conversation. They're saying, "Oh, if Tony doesn't help us, I know, even if it was a week ago," and none of that made any sense to us then, right? But it's an exact replica of the scene from Civil War when they're talking. And there's so much background for that now that we don't have to speculate. They're like, oh, they're talking about Tony and the signing of the Accords and this and that. So I feel like those are just giveaways because in the scene, she's reading Very Hungry Caterpillar, which I believe is kind of an allegory, but also a metaphor for Franklin Richards being an omega level mutant. I feel like it's the crystallization and metamorphosis of the caterpillar to the butterfly is absolutely a good metaphor for Franklin, being one of the baddest motherfuckers in like Marvel. Like I need you guys to understand, audience. Franklin Richards is OP. Like this dude, given enough time, like the Beyonder is worried about this fucking kid. So Franklin Richards does have a future in the MCU, and I really hope that they don't get Robert Downey Jr. to play him too. Um, uh, she then
Strictly
moves
Chris
on to
Evans.
she then moves on to Origin of Species, um, which I believe to be mutants. It's definitely a metaphor for mutants, I think, or just getting us kind of comfortable for the existence of mutants. So putting little tidbits and whatnot there. And there's been other tidbits that have been sprinkled out since Deadpool and Wolverine and Ironheart and um, Agatha. It was Agatha all along. Like there's always hints of mutants being put out there. I'm very, very excited for that. I don't know what they're going to do with it. They might fuck around and create M Day for all I know. But I'm very excited to see mutants in the MCU. Technically, we already have, but whatever. Um, as we were saying earlier, I don't want to touch too much on this, but the credits or the opening credits, Mole Man, Red Ghost, Mad Thinker, Giganto. Mole Man was in issue 1, as was Giganto of the original Fantastic Four run.
Bro, seeing Giganto on the screen made me so happy. Like,
Isn't that kind of
That was
cool?
a deep
it
Like,
was
cut.
so
wouldn't that
cool
so?
to see
But
him
it also makes you like kind of want to see that
want
origin
more.
stories and those fights and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
jumping
I
back
really
into that
I
whole
love
thing, right?
I love the aesthetic of the costumes. I think they're amazing. It also the originals great. It's I mean they're obviously the oh that's what I was leading into. Uh, the 1994 Fantastic Four movie cast,
Oh yeah.
which is Michael Bailey Smith, who played Ben Grimm, Alex Hyde White, who played Reed Richards, Rebecca Staub, who played Susan Storm,
Yep.
and Jay Underwood, who played Johnny
The
Storm.
OG cast. What
They
movie? What
the
year did that
OG
movie come out?
cast. It was 1994. Technically, never came out. It was
Oh, right,
it's
right, right.
technically never come out, but they put like a kind of bastardized version of it on YouTube.
Wasn't it on TV? It
Um,
was a TV release.
No.
it was Yeah, no, not even a
It was
TV series.
it was Fox. They bought the rights early on in the like Marvel Studios era, so around the 80s,
Hmm.
and they had to make a project of the Fantastic Four. So they made this terrible, terrible Fantastic Four movie.
Roger Corman was the director.
Yeah, Roger Corman made this terrible Fantastic Four movie, and the studio knew it was bad, but they produced it. It's on record, and it just sucked for the actors that were in it because they went to like Comic Cons and stuff to promote it, and no one had any fucking idea who they were. I saw that movie on VHS because we were all hanging out at a Wizard World. This is like 10, 11 years ago, and we just popped in the VHS, and we were like, "What the fuck? This is
And
terrible."
you saw The Ring? Yeah. Okay. No, but
Awful.
that,
I always saw the
but
ring.
but
Maybe
they but they also
TV's
play
making.
yeah, they play characters in the movie. One plays a newscaster, another one plays an anchor, and two of them, Ben and Johnny, play construction workers. So I thought that was really cool to give them a nod.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, so there's a lot of Easter eggs and kind of tributes towards Kirby and we. There's Stanley Service Center. There's King's Dry Cleaners. There's Timely Comics, which is I believe, a nod to Marvel Comics
Mm-hmm.
because when we see the Silver Surfer uh, zoom by, we see two guys working on work or comics, and that is presumably a nod to Jack and Stan. Uh,
Any connection
I
there to
also
Victor Timely?
No,
No.
unfortunately not. No,
You don't think
they've
so?
completely forgotten about this man, which I think is kind of fucked up. But whatever, it's not like we can't recast.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Fun fact for another Easter egg. If anybody who's a huge fan of Fantastic Four was expecting Alicia Masters, who's the love of Ben Grimm's life in the comics, to be in here, she is not. However, we do have Natasha Lyonne playing Rachel Rosman. This is actually just a nod to uh, the Curbsters, the King's wife, Roz, uh, back in the day.
Hmm.
And I thought that was just such a really sweet nod to them, dude. Like, Jack Kirby for years, Stanley and Jack Kirby, they made these worlds that made you feel a part of something. It made you feel like the world wasn't as bad as it is, like around you. It made you feel welcome and wholesome. So I really feel like the movie just does so much to tribute to these guys. So if anything else, like I think it's amazing that they took so much time to give back to the original authors, um, and the original creators of it. And we finally have this was a cool one. In case anybody didn't catch it, Earth 828. That's the designation of Fantastic Four's world. That is actually Jack Kirby's birthday, which is August 28th.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Um,
It's good.
thought that was cool. And then also the last, I want to say, where is it? Shalabal is actually the lover of Norrin Rad in
Mm-hmm.
the comics. But however, her story is a little different in this. Not so different, but it's kind of almost copy and pasted to Rad's, where it's like, oh, I was separated from my wife. In the comics, they're separated for eternity.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's supposed to be. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have right
Yeah, there
now
wasn't a whole lot of Easter
as
eggs in
far
this
as
one.
Easter eggs.
The budget went
Yeah,
straight to Pedro and Robert Downey, so you
don't
don't have
forget
to do too
Pedro's
many Easter
mustache.
eggs. Pedro's mustache, yeah.
Pedro,
Nice,
Pedro, Pedro.
nice
Even though,
mustache. Not
even
gonna
though
lie.
he, even though Mr. Fantastic never had a mustache, had a beard, but whatever.
Yeah.
But
No.
anyways, what's next? Oh, actually, what is next with
What's
Vince?
next is what's next. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So I mean, this kickstarted a whole new phase for Marvel. Um,
Mhm.
we just reviewed Phase Five last week. We ranked Marvel movies and shows from 1 to 12, from best to worst. in our last episode. If you guys want to go check that out on our page, maybe I'll get smart enough and add a little link at the end of the video where it will let you click on another video. But yeah, kickstarting a whole new phase 6. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that's possible, right? It's a whole new world. We know, based on the post-credit scenes and based on the post-credit scenes in Thunderbolts as well, that Doom is coming. We know that Avengers Doomsday is kind of like the finale of this phase or series of movies. That's where we're headed. So obviously, Doomsday is what's next. But how do we get there? What happens in between? What movies are coming out in between? What shows are coming out in between? And how does everything tie together to kind of create this whole picture? Really hope that the baby,
The baby.
Franklin.
the baby, yeah, I was trying
The
to.
baby.
Oh.
The baby.
Get
Okay, go
in
ahead.
my
Sorry.
belly.
That bastard just chasing the baby the whole time. Yeah. That's basically what this movie
Did
was.
you send that to me?
I think I did.
You-
Yeah. Just,
Keep your money. I want the baby.
I want the
Yeah, we've
baby.
just been, me and Vince have low-key just been sending each other Fantastic Four based memes and IG posts.
Oh,
Like, all
Fat
week.
bastard. Galactic is basically fat bastard. Anyways, I really hope Franklin is a prominent part of at least like phase 7, phase 8. Like they need to make him important, because if not, why did we skip ahead 4 years to make Franklin 4 years old? What was the point of that? He could still be a baby. He could be 1 or 2. Like we lost a 4 year chunk on the Fantastic Four series, unless they plan on going back and doing something later in between. But why take that 4 year gap to age him to 4? Like, what? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
What's the importance of it?
what's the
You know, like
importance of
because
that?
that's
Right?
a lot of time.
It's a Secret Wars thing.
Why do we need to be 4 years old? Why
It
did
happened in
we?
Secret Wars.
Is he 4 years old in Secret Wars?
He was like 4 or 5.
And you know, Valeria comes around. It's
But
So
I mean,
that's the only thing that pissed me off. Valeria
is that we
was
didn't get Valeria. Yeah.
fucking dude.
But then
Franklin's
without
like
Valeria, we don't get the reason why they named her Doom. You know what I mean? So like, it's
well,
kind
Reed
of
Richards isn't in his 50s either, so I don't think age is really relevant in the MCU at this point.
they're gonna recast the kid.
But anyways, Marvel Phase 6, things that are supposed to be coming out, right? We've got the Eyes of Wakanda coming out in a few weeks here, actually. I don't know if that's going to actually play into the overall MCU. A lot of the time...
probably not, but it's still gonna look fucking dope.
Yeah, it looks really good, not going to lie. We might cover it, honestly, if you guys want to see us do that.
Might? No, we are.
We should? Yeah, we definitely should.
We definitely should. It's animated and it's...
Absolutely. But a lot of times the animated stuff doesn't play directly into the live action stuff, unless it's like What If, and it kind of plays
Even
into
those
it
kind of
very minorly, right? Supposed to have Zombies, Wonder Man, and I'm looking at a list. Some of the stuff might have gotten canceled, to be honest. I don't know if my list is up to date or not. Let's see.
I think Wonder Man's still coming out.
Sorry?
Wonder Man's still coming out.
Okay, good. And then we got Spider-Man, Brand New Day, and Vision Quest and Punisher, right? So like not a lot of really big heroes, right? We've got Daredevil, Punisher, Spider-Man. A lot of like Streets of New York, down and dirty kind of heroes, right? So like how I think Spider-Man is the next thing to be on the list and move this story forward. But what exactly happens? What's significant about Spider-Man? Do you guys have any guesses? DJ, you're hallelujahing over there.
I'm having a seizure. Sorry.
Oh my god! Sorry to all our epileptic viewers.
Yes, absolutely. No joke. No, you know what? Fuck you, man.
You know what? Fuck you, alcohol.
Okay, look. Peter Parker is the official slash unofficial fifth member, besides Jennifer Walters, as part of the Fantastic Four. They love that fucking kid. Like seriously, they love that guy. In the Ultimate Comics, him and Johnny are best friends at Midtown
Mm-hmm.
High. Um, in the 616 universe, he practically is an uncle to Valeria and Franklin. When Johnny dies in space, he's there to comfort Franklin when his very, very unsupportive, emotionally, anyways, father can't seem to muster the time to help them through grief.
Damn.
Yeah, definitely don't want to leave a kid with OP reality warping powers to figure out how to process his uncle's death. But neither here nor there. But I really feel like this, and this is where I feel like the family dynamic works. This Fantastic Four would be a saving grace for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. This kid has gone through so much. He has lost everything. He has nothing when it comes to Brand New Day. We've seen he had to get his GED. We've seen that he lives in a crappy studio apartment by himself. He has no friends. Nobody knows who fucking Peter Parker is. Everybody thinks he's gone. He needs a family. Enter Fantastic Four.
Hmm.
Boom.
Okay.
Literally the first superhero family. They're not a team like the Avengers. They're not going to blow this kid off. They're going to actually take care of him. The thing is that the contention will probably be from Peter being like, oh, I can't have any more people in my life. Oh, I'm an adult now. Like, I need to figure this shit out on my own. Stay the hell away from me. So I feel like there's going to be, and that could possibly lead into like a symbiote, but like also we can't have the symbiotes or whatever. I'm actually kind of put off, future wise. I'm kind of put off by the fact that there's no like real Avengers lineup. Like there's nobody. We got Captain America: Brave New World,
Well,
and
that's
that
what
could
all
have been,
the shows were building up for. Like we got Hawkeye,
and we got nothing.
and nothing happened.
And
And it kind of
there's
like
no. And
left
then
us alone in the
Hawkeye,
dark.
exactly. And then Hawkeye was recruited by Miss Marvel, um, to be part of the Young Avengers. We never got anything about Isaiah Bradley's nephew, Elijah Bradley, who is, um, what's his face,
Patriot.
Patriot. I was gonna say Kid Patriot for some reason, but he's Patriot in the comics. He supposedly has genetically the superhuman soldier serum in his body from Elijah. Just doesn't hit him until a certain age. I don't like that Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Doom. I said that shit with my whole chest, and I do not give a fuck. Who cares? There could have been a number of different people that could have got. Like me and Vince were talking before the episode. Uh, I think that Bill Skarsgård could have been a great Doom. Like I think he
I,
could have.
Yeah,
And
man.
you
Oh,
think
I actually have like a point to this.
and Killian, hey, shut up! I'm still talking.
Yeah.
And then and then you said Killian Murphy.
Killian
I love
Murphy,
you.
man,
Yeah,
would have been
Killian
so
Murphy would have
good.
been great. I think we should have waited to introduce She-Hulk until post Fantastic Four, because that would have given her more to work with. I think, especially after the second season of Daredevil, and we
Mm.
knew he was coming back. It could have been brought to New York. We could have had more to do with that. We could have had multiple crossovers with Punisher going to having to have him represented by Jennifer Walters or this and that street level people. We could have brought the Defenders back. We could have done a bunch of different shit. But no, we bring back the dude that admittedly said he didn't want to do these fucking movies
Right,
anymore. So as a
right.
fan, like I already don't really feel that he's in it to win it. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just being a piggy hearted, but I don't care.
I mean,
But
I don't.
also,
He might be in it to win it, but like, why? You already have a legacy in this universe and in this
that's right.
whole franchise as
Back
one
to
of,
back.
and if not the best character that has been done on screen and the most popular character, and like the main guy of Marvel. And
You turned a
now
C-lister into the main guy.
you're gonna you're gonna have him come back to be somebody else And on top of that, he's gonna be the next big bad villain. Like there's a whole there's a whole fan base of people out there that love this idea, that are all for Robert Downey being Doom. I'm
It's an
sorry,
annoyance.
that's not me. Like somebody
It's an
else,
annoyance.
because it doesn't feel like it's this new big bad. It feels like my crazy uncle, went to.
Went to
It's
Party
like
City and bought like a
it's like my
different
favorite
costume.
uncle, got a divorce and has been drinking for a while, and now he's back, and we all just can't stand him being around. Like it's the
He
same
like got
dude.
a
He's just
haircut
wearing
and
green
has like
instead of
yeah,
red. That's all it is.
and he's
He
wearing a
has
red suit, yeah, or some shit.
exactly, yeah. Like
Um,
I'll leave the rant at that, but it's disgusting.
I got
last thing before you go, Victor.
yeah.
Namor, Doctor Doom, Susan Storm, Mr. Fantastic, all are going to be in the same universe. So I
Mm-hmm.
want to see how they're going to handle Sue Storm getting her cheeks like chased by these two fuckboys. Because in canonically speaking, Sue does be fucking around with Namor and Victor Von Doom himself. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's just me, but I
She has
just
a
want to see
type.
how they're going to handle that. Yeah, she's got a type, and you know, I feel like Mr.
You
Fantastic
think
is at
that
the
was
bottom of that. Like,
well? Even Namor in the comics doesn't have a goatee. Like he's clean shaven for the most part. So what's up with all these goatees coming back?
That there's some like leeway with it.
is
I
that
want
how
to get.
you?
I want to. No, I just never shave. I think.
Oh, that's
I think the fucking above guy is my idol. I'll say this. Robert Downey, I was whatever about it. Now I'm worried about it after watching the after credits because famously, Doom never takes off his mask. That's a thing.
hmm
It's not. You're not supposed to. He doesn't walk around. He's just like, let me take this off. No, he not even disfigured. He has a scar across his face that he got in an accident. So he wears the mask because he thinks he's deformed, and he wants to hide that deformity. So you're telling me at some point that he's talking to Reed Richards' son, Franklin, without the fucking mask. At that point, I was like, what the shit are you doing? Like, that's not a thing. You don't do that. You never do that. The only time you've ever done that is when at the end of Secret Wars. So that kind of, I'm worried that we're going to see this movie where it's like, it's going to be Tony again. I'm just going to watch Tony, and I'm not going to like it, and it's going to ruin the legacy. You're right. It's going to like the way your uncle comes back as a different guy after the divorce. You're like, hey, I don't need you to buy me beer when I'm 14. I need you to be my uncle. Like, be that memory that I have of my fucking uncle. Don't be this weird guy.
yeah.
Like, don't be this weird fucking dude. That's what I'm afraid of. I think right now they're poorly stepping into the direction of one of the greatest characters ever, and a Marvel's safe bet, which was this movie, already had kind of the first steps like a child. Like the first steps were actually kind of shaky for
hmm
this fucking huge of a for this huge franchise, huge character team. And I'm just speaking of the teams that we keep getting introduced to. Just stick with the Avengers. Right now, we have 8 teams that go nowhere. The Young
We don't have
Avengers,
a,
Thunderbolts,
Is
but that's
anybody
fucking
back to
else?
that's back to my main point. There's no
yeah. Just
official lineup for the
There's no official
Avengers.
lineup
Like,
for who goes
just
against who. Is
get
anybody
back.
else getting the same energy as the Anchorman alleyway fight? Like all these different
Yes,
teams are
yeah,
just showing up out of nowhere, and next thing
don't
we
forget
know,
us.
we got
We're
Ben
Avengers.
Stiller from the Channel 5 news team. Just
We're the
buenos noches,
Defenders.
bitches. Like
Kanye West shows up. He's Luke Cage.
exactly. Will
We're the
Smith
Web
with
Spiders.
ESPN.
We're the Web Warriors. Like, there's a ton of different teams, and it's like, first off, can we just stop? Can we figure out? Because apparently in Thunderbolts, which I think is such a dick move. Sam Wilson apparently has a problem with them using the Avengers name. Well, then, bitch, put a fucking team together. Like, what
Yeah,
the fuck? Like,
Where's
he's
Nick
doing
Fury when
you've
we need
got
him?
a,
he's
you've got a homeboy right next to you that wants to be the new Falcon, and you're out here being a bitch about it. Like, I'm sorry, Anthony Mackie is the man, and I love that dude. But they are fucking ruining the character of Sam Wilson because when Sam was Captain America in the comic books, he stepped the fuck up and he led the fucking Avengers. There's no fucking Avengers anywhere, dude. I need Bucky and I need Sam on the same page. I need these people to step up. I need a new Captain America. I need somebody. No, I'm just
We
kidding.
need a fucking team. That's all I
Apparently,
a
it's Pedro.
solid team.
That's
No,
what's being
Pedro.
said. Apparently, it's Pedro. Recent news says that apparently he's getting a lot of his time cut, and they're pulling back on that. But if not Mr. Fantastic, then who? I mean, it's got to be Anthony Mackie. It's got to
It's got to
be
be Captain America.
Captain
But
America. Yeah.
Captain America, Falcon. You need to bump Hawkeye up. Okay, I need the White Widow in there. Okay,
Who that
Yelena.
little short? What? Elena.
Yelena's the White Widow.
okay.
Black
After
Widow
that
has a
brain freeze.
copyright.
I'm sure Sentry. I'm sure Sentry is gonna come back at some point when they really need him. But until then, where the fuck is Thor?
Oh, Thor's dead.
What the fuck is going on with the Guardians? Like, where can we get like some heavy hitters? We don't have anybody. Like, we have nothing. There's a reason why Doom is gonna come and start fucking people up. It's because everybody's off doing their own shit and
Probably the
nobody's
point.
interconnected.
So the reason why Franklin's introduced in the fucking movie at that age now at this point is because I feel like this is going to be Marvel knows their stories are too convoluted. This movie made me think like I'm like Marvel's.
Dude.
It's convoluted. It's very Marvel didn't think their projects through / have their properties in at the right time. This movie, if this was the first movie next to Iron Man that came out, it makes sense because now you have this world to build with. Why is Reed Richards the only smart man in the fucking universe or on that world? Like, famously, he's needed help from like Tony, Hank Pym, Peter Parker because he's a genius too. Ben Grimm's best friend is it's the Hulk and Thor because they're both dudes that can't walk around without taking a building down by accident. Sue Storm gets her ass clapped by a bunch of fucking metahumans. Like it's the movie. I feel like Marvel is like a black. It's a big star right now that's collapsing inward, and this movie is kind of like that last hurrah. And Franklin Richards in the Secret Wars comics, the worlds get destroyed, and what he starts doing is he starts creating a timeline,
Omniverse, like a timeline type deal.
Yeah, he just starts doing it, and he fixes Doom's face, and that's when he takes off the fucking mask. That's why I was pissed off when I was watching that scene. I'm like, that doesn't happen yet. What's going on? And give Ben Grimm his fucking Brooklyn accent. That's all I got. Sorry.
Unless
I'll have to make a note here when I'm uploading the video to YouTube to mark this not safe for children this week. If we're talking about clapping Sue Storm's cheeks.
Yeah, I was trying to. I was trying to allude to
that
it
should be the
without
quote.
saying it. I don't think we'll be able to get away with that being the quote.
That should be the quote on Instagram.
No, that's fine. I'm just joking. It's never safe for kids. I mean, we're dropping F-bombs. Someone mentioned to me the other day that we swear a lot. I'm like, I mean, if you recorded you in real life, you would say
I'm very sorry, guys.
Swear a lot all the time.
Yeah, we did. Fuck. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, we said we liked this movie, but there's a lot to be desired. There's a lot of lot of questions, less answers. But honestly, here's the thing, and this is what Marvel did really well. It is getting people to talk. There's a saying called bad publicity is still publicity, right?
No, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Well, there's a saying that I just invented called
that sounds very good.
Publicity is publicity.
Publicity is publicity. Whichever way.
Publicity is never bad.
You're not wrong. I'll give you
bringing back the quotes.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Bringing back the quotes.
Okay, not wrong.
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say.
We're talking about it.
It's making people talk and make people wonder, and it's stirring the pot in the most positive way possible. So, I mean, for what it is, we're off. We're off into Phase 5 and see what happens. I'm excited either way, right? I'm excited to see it burn. I'm excited to see it thrive. Spider-Man's the next real big one to come out, so we still got a while, but I'm excited to see it. So, I mean,
it's like we're on a Boeing plane and we're right now getting ready to land, and we're all kind of tense, and we're hoping the landing gear deploys, but we've seen the news stories. That's
Mhm.
what I equate the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. Am I fucking wrong?
Well, this episode is definitely not for children at this point.
Jesus,
Also,
man.
back to your point, I think we all kind of, it's weird, we all reluctantly say it's a good movie. Like, it's a good movie, it just has its flaws.
Because I think we're all wishing that it was a great movie
Yeah.
because it's the first family, and I really wanted them to get that right. And I'm a huge fan of cosmic horror,
Mm-hmm.
and I really don't think the stakes were high enough for them to be involving um, Galactus himself. Like we could have saved him.
Yeah.
I think we could have saved him for the
For
second
us
one
to
after we
go,
developed more. Like we went way too far. Like we were Icarus. Like we flew way too close to the sun with this one. And it was good. It was still good, but it was because of the team. The movie itself wasn't great. There are parts of the movie that are great, which in turn makes the movie good. But there are a lot of parts of that movie that didn't hit. Where I was like, I don't want Sue saying family every 50 fucking seconds. Like that's just me. But yeah, I that's my take on Fantastic Four. You guys.
yeah. Well, there it is, boys. I mean, it's Fantastic Four for you.
This is why we should never, by the way, not to cut you off, but this is why we should never go above 30 minutes because then we all start getting goofy and weird and we start saying shit like people's cheeks are getting clapped.
Yeah, well, this is supposed
So,
to be 30 minutes.
yeah, we
Sorry.
originally
Back
always
page.
aimed for like half an hour.
That's
Yeah.
right. We can go an extra 20 minutes and talk about Cheek getting clapped and tragic
Keep
plane
going.
crashes
Keep
and
going.
people
Children,
having
dude.
epilepsy. Like, man, this was
We're in our
a dark one.
early
It's a dark one.
30s, early mid 30s, and we're still children. So
A little bit.
hope you guys enjoying this.
Hope you guys liked it. Let us know in the comments what you guys thought. Let us know when you see us in real life what you guys thought.
Like,
Love,
subscribe, comment, all that shit.
share the video. That's the best way to help us out. I love the feedback that our friends and family have been giving us in person, letting us know, in all honesty, what you like about the episodes, what needs improvement. And we are taking things into consideration, right? We're trying to get better production. One day I'll get a real background so half my head doesn't disappear. DJ got a new mic today because we know there was some audio issues going on. Victor, we're getting real close to budget for getting Victor out of the storage room at Five Guys.
Yeah. I'm
Yes,
like
got
a
a
I'm
bucket
like
of
a hoarder
Budweiser's
nerd,
fine.
dude.
But
I'm a
most
hoarder
importantly,
nerd.
everybody watching, we do appreciate the support. You guys coming in once a week, watching us when you get free time.
Yep.
Love it. It's awesome.
Shout out to my dad because he did ask about us the other day. He was like, "What episode should I start off with to watch?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I don't."
Start them in the new era. Start them in the new area, and I
I
think it's
gave him one of the
episode.
older ones. We'll see how he feels about it.
Yeah. Shout out to David Senior. What a dude. Yeah.
That's
Anyways,
awesome.
we'll cut it there, guys. We'll see you guys next week with issue 73. Not sure exactly what we're doing next week, but I'm sure it'll be a good one. It'll be a
We'll
crazy
figure
one,
it out,
and it'll be raw and uncut. So, for the
bro.
World's Nerds team, y'all have a great day, a great morning, a great evening, a great weekend, whatever.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good night. I said
Bye,
good evening
friends.
twice. Okay. All right. Bye.